Meantime, Roaring Kitty back in the headlines this week after an SEC filing revealing that the meme stock trader Keith Gill had acquired a significant stake in pet food retailer Chewy. And you'll, of course, understand the connection between GameStop and Chewy, given the connection of its now lead chairman. Joining us right now is Tom Sosnoff, Tastytrade founder and CEO. Tom, what do you make of this sort of cross-pollination here?
It's definitely interesting, Andrew. We're enjoying I guess we're enjoying the ride, the story, all the hype. I think from a retail perspective, it's kind of a fun story to follow. I don't know what else is there. I'm not sure there's much else to it, but it's an incredible story, and I think retail investors are attracted to it because there's not too many stories out there of an individual investor turning $50,000 into a few $100 million or whatever the number is.
So it's a remarkable story in that respect. But then the question, of course, becomes who's the winner, who's the loser, and all of the folks who are sort of trying to jump on the Roaring Kitty train. Are you always jumping on a little too late?
Sure, and you know what that is. I think that's what happens though in every one of these situations. I mean, is this any different than Bill Ackman telling you what he's buying? Is it any different than Warren Buffett saying what he's buying? I'm not sure that you can, that it's easy to separate one from the other. I think the interesting part of the story is that it's retail and it's a new approach, using a very different method and vehicle to get there.
But Tom, the distinction I would like to make, and maybe you're telling me that he's made a farce of all of this, which maybe he has, is that the Warren Buffetts of the world or the Bill Ackmans of the world, not only have track records, and I guess now you could argue the Roaring Kitty has a track record too, but that the math, if you will, in terms of value and value creation and the kinds of investments they're making look very, very different from a speculative nature than the way Roaring Kitty is approaching these things. And most of the movements in GameStop, for example, seem to be based on sort of a euphoria among traders following a certain individual, as opposed to looking at the underlying math of the business and saying, you know what, actually, I understand how something could even grow into a valuation.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, but you have to realize disruption has many different faces, and disruption is very, disruption from decade to decade and market to market looks very different. So what we thought, was kind of the old school method may be evolving into something that is very different in 2024.
Okay, so Tom, are we failing then? I mean, look, my instinct, and you could say, sure, Andrew, your instincts are totally wrong here. My instinct is to say to the viewers, and when we discuss these things, caution, Will Robinson, right? Like caution, this is scary stuff because we've seen this movie before. But I think I know the end of the movie, right? I think you think you know the end of the movie, but what I think you might be saying is maybe the end of the movie changes in this new world, and that's the part I don't know about. Maybe I'm an old fogey at this point.
I mean, I feel the same way. Am I buying GameStop on when it goes up? No. Am I buying Chewy when it goes up? No. In fact, if anything, I'm inclined to be on the short side of both of those. But the reality is, it hasn't necessarily paid, and it's been a rocky ride from the short side. So I'm looking at it as, this is an incredible story. And it's kind of almost DB Cooperish. It's kind of it's almost third world like. And I kind of feel like maybe we are witnessing something. Maybe this person, whatever, discovered something that, and in kind of the history of retail traders, we've never seen anything like this before. So we have to give it, a certain amount of respect. Am I ready to call him the GOAT yet? No. But did he change the world of retail investing? Oh, man, from everything I've seen, and I've been in this business a long time, going over 40 years, I'd say, yeah.